Hi, boys and girls. So today we're going to review the four angle types that we've learned about. The first type of angle that we learned about last week was right angles. And right angles are very important because they measure exactly 90 degrees, not a degree more, not a degree less. Oftentimes when you see right angles, you might see a little box where the angle is similar to this. That shows you that it's exactly 90 degrees and that you probably see them all the time around your house, at school, just, in different objects. Right now I'm looking at my computer screen and I can see many right angles just being formed by lines that are intersecting. So right angles, it's important to remember that they're only exactly 90 degrees. No more, no less, exactly 90 degrees. We also learned about straight angles. Just like right angles, straight angles have an exact measurement, and they are exactly, I'm going to underline the word exactly because this is important, 180 degrees. Not a degree more, not a degree less. Exactly, I'm going to underline it twice, 180 degrees. These often appear as straight lines. So this is an 180 degree angle. It's just laying flat. On the inner and outer scale in the protractor, when you measure them, they're 180 degrees. It's not like you think, oh, it opens on the left side or the right side, because it's just totally open. So it's 180 degrees. And a fun fact about straight angles is if you were to put another ray in between them, you would have two right angles that formed. And each right angle is 90 degrees. And when you add 90 degrees and 90 degrees together, you get 180 degrees. So a straight angle also has a half turn, which is two right angles. So that's a fun fact too. But again, straight angles, exactly 180 degrees. Then we discussed two newer types of angles that we didn't do as much work with except for on Thursday. And one was an acute angle. And I really want to draw attention to that word cute, because when I think of cute, I like to think of little and my little puppies and cute little things. So I really want you to focus on that when you're remembering angle measures. Acute angles are angles that are less than 90 degrees. So not 90 degrees, but the number that comes before 90, which is 89 degrees or less, those angles are all acute. So if you look here, we see different angles. They don't have letter names on them. We can see that the measurement of this angle is 62 degrees. 62 degrees is less than 90 degrees, so that makes this an acute angle. Additionally, the angle here is 48 degrees. 48 degrees is less than 90 degrees, making this an acute angle. And if you look at all the other angle measures, you'll notice that all of their measurements in degrees, of course, are under 90 degrees. So that makes all of these acute angles. And you can also see that if you compare it to a right angle, which is open to 90 degrees, they're all a lot less open. If you think about like a door, for example, being open, if it's open, to an acute angle, it's not really open very far. So think of it like that, less than 90 degrees. All of these measurements are less than 90 degrees. These are all examples of acute angles. And finally, we have obtuse angles. Now, when I say obtuse, I like to say it in like a big, scary monster voice because it reminds me that obtuse are bigger when I'm comparing them to right angles and acute angles. So any angle that is greater than 90 degrees, not 90 degrees, but the number that comes after 90, which is 91 degrees, which I wrote here, to 179, which is right before 180, which is a straight angle, is obtuse. So here, similarly, are some obtuse angles in their measurements. So this obtuse angle when measured with a protractor was found to be 116 degrees. 116 is greater than 90 degrees. So this tells us that this is an obtuse angle. If you're looking at the, in this case, these look like line segments that make up this angle. You can see that they're pretty wide open. So they're open to a higher degree, which is why they have a higher measure and they're obtuse. Here's 112 degrees. This one got cut off, but we can assume it's almost 180 degrees because it's almost a total straight line, but it's not quite. 94 degrees, again, greater than 90 degrees, and 105 degrees. So if the measurement is 91 degrees, it's an obtuse angle. 92, obtuse. Anything up to 179 is an obtuse angle. These angles are open more widely than acute angles and right angles.